Okay, the reason why we spent time talking about periodic functions yesterday is because we're going to spend a lot of time talking about something that is periodic here. And the period that, or the thing that we're talking about is if I take this angle and put it around and 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 around this circle, okay? Then that would be a periodic function, right?
Right.
Because it goes around once, and then it repeats itself, and then it repeats itself, and then it repeats itself, and then as long as I take the same amount of time to go around each time, then it's going to be periodic, okay? So we're going to start taking the periodic function idea and relate it to these angles, okay? So this angle right here is said to be in standard position.
For our notes, when we just draw what it looks like right now.
Yeah.
When it's just like in one position.
Yeah, when it's just set up like this, this is in standard position, okay? And it's in standard position because this side right here, which is called the initial side of the angle, is lined up with the positive x-axis.
Not the negative?
Not the negative. So if you have the initial side of the angle set up with the positive x-axis, then you are in standard position. This part over here is called the terminal side. And the reason that those are named that way is because this is where the angle starts, and this is where the angle ends. Okay? So the way that we measure these angles then is, of course, by starting at the initial side and ending on the terminal side. The question is, do we go around like this, or do we go around like this?
Clockwise. Does it matter?
There, it does, because you have to just decide which way you're going to do and then just call it good. Okay? Yeah, and we measure them counterclockwise, okay? And so this angle looks like maybe, since this is about 45 degrees, this would be altogether 90, 180 plus another 45, so this would be about 225 degrees. And since I went counterclockwise, that's a positive 225, okay? Now, I could also measure this if I went clockwise, but now since I'm going backwards from the way that we agreed that we would go, it's going to be negative
135.
and it would be negative 135 degrees. All right? So
from
you can take every angle and you can name it in two different ways. One by using the positive measure, which is what you get if you go counterclockwise, and one by using the negative measure, which is what you would get by going
Did you just say
clockwise.
if it's inside the angle?
The way I got 225 is I decided that this angle right here is about 45 degrees. Okay, this angle right here is 90. This angle right here is 90. So 90 plus 90 plus 45 is 225.
Okay.
So
Okay, what'd you say?
Did you say if it's just like inside the angle, then it's your positive or
No, because this is inside the angle right here, and that's
That's
negative.
what I meant. Is that your negative?
It's always negative if,
Below the initial.
yeah, if you go in the clockwise direction below it, then that's going to be negative, okay? Hey, what's true about those two numbers? They would add up to 360 if they were both positive. 225 plus 135 adds up to all the way around, or 360, okay? All right, so let me get some of the, you guys have this written down?
Yeah.
All right, let's get rid of some of that stuff. All right, and let's take this one right here, and you tell me, tough one, what's the measure of that angle?
90.
90 degrees.
All right.
Okay, so that would be 90 degrees. Okay, now let's say, oh, and if I write this on there, that means they want the regular measure, which would be 90 degrees.
Other one
If they say have an arrow around the outside instead, then that would be negative 270, okay, depending on where they drew their little dealio there. All right, now let's say, and we're going to get an exact answer here, and this is where your life really starts to get fun.
Really?
Really starts to get fun. Let's say that this point on this angle, on the terminal side of this angle, we know to be -2, -2. What does that tell you then about if I drew this little triangle here?
Well, it tells you.
What kind of a triangle would this be?
Right.
3069. An isosceles.
Yeah, it's an isosceles triangle because both of these numbers are the same,
Yay,
right?
3069.
And so if this is an isosceles triangle, what are these two angles right here?
45 and 45.
45 and 45. Okay? And so this is the same angle then that we were messing with before. And so now if I asked you what the measure of this would be, you would say what? -135.
Don't worry, Taylor, that messes me up.
Okay? Every time. Gets you every time.
Negative
All right? Okay, now let's play a little game where we can have some volunteers.
Wait, hey! Wait. Hey, what about?
Okay, so like I said, we're going to have a little audience participation section here. Now don't screw this up. If you come up here and you grab this little yellow point right there, then the angle is going to rotate around here like I was doing. All right, now if you missed that, then you have to reset it. So Forrest is going to be our first volunteer.
Yeah.
Forrest is going to come up and put that angle, make it approximately 36 degrees.
Well, I could do that.
Well, maybe you can do the 315.
Okay.
Okay, so approximately 36 degrees is right there. That's beautiful.
I don't want to do
Good deal.
315 though.
All right. Everybody understand why that's 36 degrees? I mean.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Positive 36 degrees. All right. Thank you, Forrest. Lane.
How do you make
going
it
up?
exactly 36 degrees?
Okay.
Oh, now you got it later. I
Yeah.
wanna do
So
F.
Lane is going to do.
I want to do F.
I called it.
Hey,
I call it 36 degrees.
Wow.
Lane is going to do 315 degrees.
I'll do that. My letter, of course.
Okay, so the way to think about it is grab that yellow square. Now start moving it counterclockwise. That's 90. Keep going. 180. That is 270. So if you get to 270, how many more degrees do you need?
Like 45.
45. So show me where it would be right about. That's.
No, halfway, Lane, halfway.
Halfway. There you go.
Keep
going.
Right
There you go.
Okay.
Good job, Lane.
So he went past the.
The Japanese.
He went past the positive y-axis, that was 90, and then he went 180, and then he went 270, and then he went halfway to get to 45 more. Now Forrest has a tricky one, because he has to go -150. Nice. Okay, slow down, slow down. Go to the starting point at 0.
I was
Okay.
all the way around.
Okay, hold on.
What are you doing?
First of all, -150 means he has to go which direction to start?
Clockwise.
Clockwise, so he's got to go down. Okay, so start moving down. Stop right there.
90.
There, nope, on the axis. Okay, so there's -90, right?
Right.
How many more does he need?
60.
Okay, so he needs 60 more, so keep going in the clockwise direction. There you go. Okay, so that's going to be about -150.
I'll go.
All right, okay, Taylor's going to do
Yeah,
85.
Taylor, Katie, go next.
85.
Katie wants to do the next one, Aldrich.
Okay, so they start at 0, and then he goes in the counterclockwise direction,
That's
and
good.
he put it up there just short of 90 degrees, so that would be 85.
Man, what are you doing?
Who wants to come up and do -320?
Abby.
Jenna, do it.
Anybody?
I think Jenna or Katie should.
Okay, Lane is going to do -320 since he did such a great
I'll
job
do
with
that.
315.
Let's go ahead.
So, yep, so start at 0. Okay, now you want to go in the negative direction, so go down, -90, there we go. Okay, is that enough?
No.
No.
How many more degrees does he have to go past the
40.
-270?
Right there.
50.
50, so that's
More.
not even enough.
More. Nope.
More.
There you go.
More.
Right
there.
Oh,
There.
Right
There
there.
you go, perfect, okay.
I'm not doing
And
it.
so, what he did, let me recap, you can go sit down.
See where I'm at.
He went -90, -180, negative 270, and then another 50 more to get to negative 320. All right,
Hey,
so
I
the
haven't
last,
gone up there.
well,
That looks easy.
no, too late. All right, and 180 is
Right there.
right there.
That's
Okay,
actually
good.
negative 180.
And that's also negative 180. Okay, and so what Taylor is pointing
Well,
out
I went
is
counterclockwise,
that,
not
hold on,
clockwise.
hey, sit down.
Good job. Gotcha.
180 and negative 180 look exactly the same, right? Okay, and so what that means is that those two angles are called co-terminal angles because the ending place is the same. How many co-terminal angles are there with 180 degrees?
One.
2. Is that it?
It's just one.
No, wait, because there's
What if I,
0 degrees and 0 degrees.
No.
okay,
2.
hold on
Four.
now.
There's 4.
What if I start at 0 and I go 180 and then I go another 360? How far have I technically gone?
360 negative?
No,
I
540.
don't know.
540,
That's what I said.
okay?
So it's just infinite?
So 540 would be this angle if I went all the way around once and then ended up there.
Can you
Yeah.
just keep doing that though?
Right, and you can just keep doing that, and to do that, what would I have to add each time?
180.
360. So if I keep adding 360, then I'm always going to end up in the same place.
Like infinite amount.
Right, so there's an infinite number of angles that are coterminal to each other.
Look at number 3 on God.
I got it.
It hurt.
Okay, so if I look at, yeah, okay, sweet. If I look at these 4 angles, Courtney, please stop. If I look at these 4 angles, which one of them is not coterminal with any of the others?
420.
420, negative 420 you mean? Okay, so if I'm starting right here, let me get rid of all the extra stuff. If I'm starting right here, and I'm going to go to negative 420, then I have to go negative, whoops, sorry, I grabbed the wrong one.
Sorry.
That was my fault. All right, so I start here, and I'm going to go to negative 420, so negative 90,
180.
negative 180,
70.
negative 270, negative 360. How much farther do I have to go to get to negative 420?
6.
Another 60, so that's going to be right there, right? Okay, so that angle right there, it ends, is at negative 420. Okay, let's choose another one of those
Wait,
angles.
what do you want? I forgot.
What do I want?
What do you want?
Yeah, like,
Like out of life, or?
no, like this.
Oh, I want to know which other one, which one does not end there also, so pick another one. Negative 60, somebody said. Well, if I do negative 60, I'm going to start right here, and how far down am I going to go?
So we're-
Courtney, pay attention,
To the same
oh my
exact,
gosh.
to the same exact spot.
To the same exact spot.
But it's not
So negative, hold on, too much talking in here today, I don't know what is wrong with you guys. Negative 420 and negative 60 both end in the same spot, right? So what's true about those two angles?
Coterminal.
They're
Oh, I
coterminal.
thought you
So
wanted to get back
these
to
two
the
right
angle.
here are definitely coterminal.
Yeah, I thought we wanted to get to 180, because you're back in line.
Okay, so which is the angle up there that will not be, what? 60, right, because if I look at 60, right, then I have to start out by going up. So that's going to be somewhere up here,
Oh, that's what you wanted.
okay? Right, so 60 would be the one that is not coterminal with any of the other ones. How about
300. 300 is coterminal.
300 is also coterminal with the other ones because lane. Because if I start here and I want to go to 300, I go 90, 180, 270.
Ooh.
60
and
more.
I have to go 30 more.
Oh, that's not.
Oh.
So that's not going to match up either, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It
Because
is?
the other one was negative 60, so it'd go down, dude.
Oh, so I just didn't go far enough on there? Okay,
Yeah.
so that'll match up with that. Okay, so the one that's not coterminal with any of them is 60 degrees.
So co-terminal to the, where it lands on the same point?
Yeah, when it is on the same.
How does it match up?
Because like the other one was negative 60, so it go down.
What's the sign?
60.
It is a sign of tension, yeah.
Which is they match up with your graph.
We're not gonna have to graph, are we?
You're gonna be doing a lot of graphing with that one.
Are we going to today?
Yeah, you just might.
What about?
Yeah, so should we write this down on graph paper or regular paper?
That's up to you.
No, regular paper.
Sorry. I guess it was just F. LA.
Remember when you tag Sally ski and then you just
Get shoes together and